From the rooftops of Gotham to the depths of Arkham Asylum, this is Greenlight This, the podcast that dares to dream up the next great DC saga. Strap on your utility belt, because tonight we're pitching Justice. My name is Landon Davis, but you can call me Squiddy. I'm here with the Flash to my Green Lantern, Travis Madore.
Zoom! Hey everyone, Travis here. We're going to do a little bit in the beginning. If you guys have been following along, listening, thank you so much. And please leave a review, leave a rate, follow, leave us a comment, a question. Seriously, we want to read what you guys want to know, what you guys think about everything.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to know what you thought about the Burton-Verse, what you think we should do next. Any questions you have for us, please share. So as we continue the Burton-Verse, Travis, yes. I have a big question for you. What do you know about comic book characters and politics?
I don't really know too much, just from like the DC standpoint, just because that's what we're currently going through. I haven't seen it too much in the actual like live action movies, more in the cartoon movies, or some of the animated series, but there are some stuff with like politics. Like there's a whole storyline where Lex Luthor becomes the president, and shocker, he's a corrupt president. He's literally using the platform of the presidency to basically try to get rid of or kill Superman, disband the Justice League or any other metahumans. He lets his prejudice show. We don't really see it too much. Again, like I said, with some of the movies or shows, it's kind of like the big bankers or the mob bosses or the big businessmen. We do have other characters like Amanda Waller, who again uses her influence within the government to create Task Force X, to create the Suicide Squad and send them out, again, basically using them as like a political agenda. But besides that, I don't know too much else. I feel like there's definitely more in there.
Yeah, I think Argus has always had kind of this FBI or CIA kind of situation. Similar to what we kind of end up seeing with S.H.I.E.L.D., I think, in Marvel. Amanda Waller does have a lot of similarities, I think, to Nick Fury in certain senses.
That's true. Yeah.
So, there's kind of a general in-universe politics that happen. In our world, I think we sometimes forget what a major role they played.
Oh, yeah.
The fact the Justice Society, the first DC team, they went and fought Nazis along with Captain America.
Yeah, that's right.
That was just, a huge thing. And it was such a cheap story that you can get. I think those comic books at the time were like 5 cents or 3 cents. And so, this little thing to help encourage the movement and encourage recycling and all those things that they were doing to help go to the war. When we get later on, they get a little bit more complex. You have, people struggling with being vets from the Vietnam or Korean War. You have the marches for social politics, joining that era of in the Silver Age of comics, kind of just overlap. And I just kind of bring this all up. I know this isn't in our normal conversations, but I bring it up because 9/11 is going to come up towards the end of this alternate timeline.
Yeah.
And it's going to affect what gets made, what's been seen. There's kind of that famous part of the original Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire.
Yes, yeah,
where
that's right.
He was supposed to save a helicopter in between the two towers, but because of 9/11, they cut that whole sequence. I think that would play a similar effect in this. I know in Marvel Comics at the time of 9/11, they halted every storyline that was being done because most of their stories happen in New York, and it became all their heroes rushing to Ground Zero to act as search and rescue at the time. So I believe that there was some kind of famous like Spider-Man story that was happening at the time where he was like across town, and the first comic Marvel released was like, I think, him getting back towards Ground Zero.
Okay.
And like processing like the trauma of the event already. Like it was an interesting take on such a major event. But with DC, everything is Gotham, Metropolis, these fake cities. So won't have to get nearly as deep. But I think with that, we can jump into our movies this week.
Perfect. Yeah. So if we haven't scared anyone off yet, Greenlighters, grab your chacos. It's time to greenlight something new.
All right, hit the lights. Roll camera. Wait. Hold on. Where's the script?
Okay, Greenlighters, fresh out of our Justice League movie. We didn't do an Aquaman movie in phase 1 or 2. We kind of just went right. We introduced
phase
him.
2.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, phase 2 already. Yeah. Either way, we introduced Aquaman in the Justice League movie, so he hasn't actually had a solo movie yet.
Yep.
So we're going to start off the new phase with the Aquaman movie. So, shall I dive into
Yes,
this?
let's do this.
Perfect.
Deep dive.
Deep
Ocean
dive.
joke.
Ha-ha! All right, our title, Aquaman, King of Atlantis. This would be coming out around the year 2000.
Y2K.
Y2K. It's okay, Y2K doesn't affect Aquaman because they're in the ocean.
It's true. Not yet. That's going to be in
Not
phase 3.
Oh.
JK.
Okay, our summary. Fresh off of defeating Starro, Arthur Curry, the Aquaman, returns to Atlantis. His wife Mira waits and introduces him to her newest student, Garth. Mira announces also to Arthur that she is pregnant.
Oh.
Arthur has a flashback to his own father, Tom Curry, who has passed away, and remembers his stepbrother, Orm Curry, from his father's second marriage and how they lost contact with each other. Orm now is a pirate with the infamous Black Manta. They reach a lost Atlantean treasure in the Mediterranean Sea. Orm finds lost Atlantean armor that grants him powers. Mera is in labor. The prince is on his way when explosions across Atlantis reveal the city is under attack. Arthur goes to fight off Black Manta and his crew as Garth defends the queen and prince. As Aquaman stops Manta, it's revealed the prince has been taken by Orm, now named Ocean Master.
Dun, dun, dun.
The brothers fight. Orm shares his anger for being overlooked by their father, and Arthur being the golden child. Garth joins the fight, but Manta gets the baby prince and flees. Orm is arrested. Arthur rushes after Manta, who plans to drop the prince in an underwater volcano. Arthur fights to save his son, and as he does, Manta cuts off Arthur's hand. Meanwhile, Garth as Aqualad damages Manta's ship. The royal family is safe, and Aqualad joins the defending of the sea.
Ooh. You could say that they're going to stop evil.
Evil! So, our main characters for this one is we have Mera, Garth, Aqualad. We have Tom Curry, Black Manta, and our own Orm Curry as Ocean Master. We have already cast Aquaman in the previous episode.
Yep. So if you don't remember, go ahead and listen to those last episodes.
So for our joint casting, we decided to go with Molly Ringwald as Mera.
Yeah, I think that's such a fun flashback to an 80s icon, and now reaching about 2000. She's ready to be a mom and adult.
Oh, yeah. We decided to go with Freddie Prinze Jr. as our Garth and Aqualad, which I think he could do a pretty good job.
Yeah, I think he played a lot of teen roles at this time,
Yeah.
and I think it'd be fun to see him be both kind of fun like Garth can be, and then him also getting to be a little serious, take on the fighting role.
Oh, yeah. And then we decided to cast Christopher Plummer as our Tom Curry.
The Sound of Music icon.
Yeah.
You just need somebody older, and he, in his later years definitely looks like he could have been living at a lighthouse, have 2 marriages, and, upset some kids. So, casting the villains.
Yes.
My casting for Black Manta, I went with Colin Salmon.
Okay.
Member of the Arrowverse family.
Oh,
He
yeah,
did
you did a
Resident
great
Evil.
job in Arrowverse.
Yeah, just fantastic actor. He's been acting for, I'm pretty sure, at least 30 years. So, perfect acting, and I think he could definitely play the intimidating character that we get from Black Manta in this. I also love the story. It wasn't fleshed out in the summary, but Aquaman famously loses his hand in most
and it
versions.
gets replaced with a hook.
And it gets replaced with a hook. I think it'd be so fun to see that version of this character. But for the brother...
Yes.
The younger brother that just can't live up to daddy's dreams, I decided to go with Kyle MacLachlan as Orm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. such a fun character or character actor.
I like that.
Yeah, he can be. I don't know. I was thinking a lot of his character from the Flintstone movies of all.
Of all the movies that he's been in, you pick the Flintstones.
It's because it's.
I mean,
it's
that's a
great
fun movie. It's a fun movie.
Yeah. But yeah, I think he'd do so well as Ocean Master and playing this younger brother. Who did you cast, Travis?
Yeah, Squiddy. So I, for Black Manta, decided to cast Jimon Hansu. Is one of those names where you hear it and it's like, who the heck is that? But once you see his face, it's like, he's been everywhere. Like, he was in Gladiator. He was Shazam in the Shazam movies. The old
okay.
wizard. Like, yeah, once you see his face,
He's
it's
in Jason Momoa Aquaman, actually.
that's right, he is.
Yeah,
So
King.
he's literally one of those people that's in almost everything.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, like, let's give him a more front-facing role. Like, he does a really good job.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then for our own Orm Curry, Ocean Master, I went with Casper Van Dien. Casper Van Dien. He was in Starship Troopers, like the main guy in Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
He was Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm absolutely behind this. I can see him as Orem. I like that. We just got to decide which one is the more whiny younger brother actor.
Right.
Okay, perfect. So we've got Aquaman out of the way. Looking more forward, continuing the franchise.
Yes.
I figure once we're looking at 2000, there's a good chance that Michael Keaton would be a little burnt out of being Batman.
Probably.
Even though he's only done, I think we're at like 4 movies roughly at this point, but it's been over a decade. It's a lot to do. So him and Tim, maybe even Tim's wanting to take a little bit more of a step back, only doing producer work. That's where the idea kind of came in that I think we'll do 2 movies back to back that would be Batman.
Just get him done out of the way.
Done out of the way. Let Michael take more of a break. So the 2 movies we're going to jump into is the first one coming out also in 2000 would be Batman. Number 4, it's going to go by midnight.
Ooh.
Returning to Gotham City, Batman, Robin, and Red continue to defend the city. A new threat arrives to Gotham City. Mr. Freeze. The frozen villain seeks money to fund the research to save his wife. Meanwhile, environmental activist Pamela Isley is affected by Gotham Swamp, and it twists and turns her into poison ivy. But young Barbara Gordon is off investigating Gotham City and the crimes that are happening across town. After stopping Robin and Red fighting from Poison Ivy's poison, Batman realizes that she has been affected by ace chemicals, just like the Joker did. Ivy and Mr. Freeze were just a distraction for Batman and the team. And now Jason Todd, Red, is missing. Batgirl and Robin go to stop Mr. Freeze as Batman tracks down Jason and finds the Joker, who's killed Jason. Batman attacks Joker, releasing anger on the Clown Prince, only to be stopped by Batgirl and Robin. As Joker heads to Arkham, Amanda Waller, Director Vargas, calls for the arrest of Batman by order of President Luthor.
Ooh.
So, definitely a fun story bringing back Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy. Such a great duo that was set up in our real life 4th Batman movie. I love the characters, but I want to set up this twist and turn of what happens. How do you get the whole Bat family together? Yeah. We've set up Barbara previously in our Martian Manhunter movie.
Yep.
And I just wanted her to finally get her own cowl, which is also what happens in the 4th movie, but twist it. Let's go darker, which is definitely what Tim, I think, has always wanted.
Oh, yeah.
And the death of a young superhero would be it. So Jason dying.
Like, the death of Jason Todd is always, like, very heavy within the comics and even some of the animated media.
Yes, absolutely. So, our new characters that we're introducing in this movie are just Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, and Amanda Waller. Amanda Waller, we've talked about already. I feel like the perfect casting at this time is Angela Bassett.
I agree.
She is a fantastic actress. She's fierce, tough. She just has that energy that Amanda Waller carries. And you can see her being that second lieutenant to President Luthor in a lot of ways. But Travis, who did you cast as Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy?
Okay, so for my Mr. Freeze, I know it mentally it was hard because I just keep seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger in my head, just like chill.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, I can't do that. I gotta like really pick someone who I think could have the energy, the analytical side of it, as well as just like the weight, like the emotional weight that Mr. Freeze needs. So I went with James Spader.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is a good choice. I was thinking, was researching one of the characters. I came across his name somewhere and I was like, oh, we need James Spader somewhere, but I don't know where.
Yeah, so I picked him for Mr. Freeze. I think he would just do a fantastic job. Like just his portrayal, I want to say it's like the Blacklist, something like that.
Yeah, the Blacklist show, yep.
Like the Blacklist show, great job on that. He did phenomenal as Ultron in the Age of Ultron MCU. So yeah, Mr. Freeze. Poison Ivy, I kind of have two names. The top one I picked was Isla Fisher. She's done like a lot of stuff. Wedding Crashers. I think she was in like the movie Tag. I want to like just a lot of other stuff, kind of more like background-ish, like never really, to my knowledge, a main character.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Okay.
But then my second up to Isla would have been Naomi Watts.
I'm distracted still because Isla Fisher was in the Scooby-Doo movie.
That's right, she was.
She was the blonde girlfriend.
She was Mary Jane.
Yeah. Such a great joke. Anyway. Sorry, who was your second casting?
Naomi Watts.
Naomi Watts.
Just in case you didn't like Isla Fisher, I figured I'd have a backup.
Who's Naomi? I know the name. I just can't think of the face right now.
I can't either. I know, I put that name down like a day or two ago when we were kind of writing everything out for this episode, and now the name is kind of spaced.
Oh, yes. She did the old King Kong movie, like the
That's
2005.
right, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I like those. So my casting, though.
Yes.
So Mr. Freeze, I'll bring this up when we get more to what I'm going to greenlight for this episode, but I wanted somebody more like the Batman the Animated Series, which means
Agreed.
he just has to be smart. He has to feel diabolical, very intense. Somebody maybe who's already bald and can, just put on the makeup. Patrick Stewart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Patrick Stewart put on the red goggles, the dome helmet.
I can see it.
Just him very intensely, talking about like a new ice age until I get my wife back. Just the suffering character. But for Poison Ivy, and I know I've seen this fan cast floating around before, so I don't know if this was maybe something that had noted somewhere. I don't know. But for Poison Ivy, I wanted a Tim Burton alum.
Okay.
Gina Davis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The curly hair, I think just very, what is it? The Long Halloween, like that comic book. There's a point when we see Poison Ivy, and she just has this mane of just curly, permed hair, very 80s. And I just thought that could be a lot of what we would see with Gina Davis' version.
I can see it. Yeah, that's really good.
Okay. So, our fifth Batman movie is going to be Batman Dawn. It's set in 2001, so it'll be coming out, 6 months or the next year after our other movie. So Argus and Gotham PD are searching for Batman and his allies. Barbara has joined the police force, her father not knowing about her role as Batgirl. Batman has become brutal. Dick Grayson tells Bruce he needs to stop. His anger has consumed him. Batman refuses, so Dick walks away. Under order of Amanda Waller, Deadshot takes Batman down, and he's carted off to Arkham Asylum under supervision of Dr. Crane. Dr. Crane doses Batman with his fear toxin. Batman is rolled into a courtroom where all of his villains have put him on trial, with the judge being Joker. Joker's own doctor, Harley Quinzel, has become Harley Quinn. Barbara realizes Arkham is under control of the inmates. She contacts Dick, and now as his new persona as Nightwing, they storm the asylum. Together, they fight off Riddler, Two-Face, and Mr. Freeze. Batman escapes his shackles as he fights Joker and Scarecrow. The heroes seem outnumbered. Joker fires a shot at Batman, only for Batgirl to take the bullet, becoming paralyzed. In the final moments, Catwoman arrives, then takes down Ivy and Harley Quinn, giving Batman the chance to stop the last villains. As Barbara is hospitalized, Dick says he's leaving Gotham, and Selina introduces Bruce to their daughter, Helena. Bruce says he's going to hang up the cowl permanently.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, so just kind of a big, epic, emotional finale.
Nice.
I love that in this story we get to set up Barbara potentially becoming Oracle.
Yeah.
Which is a major role that she takes on when she does get crippled. We get a Chaos in the Asylum, which works quite well, as we know from a trilogy of Arkham games.
Yes.
But we talked about the casting with this one. So we only have 3 new characters for this one. First one is Harley Quinn, which we agreed should be played by Catherine O'Hare.
Yeah.
I think another fun, bring back
She's
somebody else
fabulous.
from Tim Burton. And I just see her in like almost the spiky tutu and
Oh,
her,
yeah.
very unhinged ponytails. Like there's such a twisted version of
Right.
Catherine O'Hare that would work so well in this. And I think we see similarities in some of her, like the 2 Beetlejuice movies. Like I think there's definitely a crossover where we could see that version of Harley Quinn. But we just need a Deadshot and Scarecrow characters. So Travis, who did you cast?
Yes. So for Deadshot, I went with Shamir Moore. He's very famous for his role in the Criminal Minds series. He was in the Sonic movies, and then he's also voiced Cyborg in the animated movies.
Oh, you just had to say Sexy Daddy from from Criminal Minds. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that he would do a really good job as Deadshot. I think he could really bring the energy.
Yep. Trying not to say something that I can't say without us
Trying to
putting
keep
an
this
explicit.
family friendly.
Yeah.
We can't up the rating.
Just saying.
And then Scarecrow.
Yes.
I went with Robert Carlyle. He was in Once Upon a Time. He was in the Stargate universe. And then he's done a couple of like other smaller parts here and there, but I think he would just do a really good job of being like Dr. Crane as well as like the actual Scarecrow himself.
Yeah, he was
He was Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin in Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a fantastic actor. He was in was he in one of the Hulk movies? No, I'm thinking of a different actor. But fantastic actor.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are your choices?
My choices. I thought we kind of were keeping Deadshot pretty simple, so I didn't want to go too crazy, so I think yours is going to win. But I like the idea of Skeet Ulrich, who he was from Scream. He's like the longer-haired final villain of the Scream movies. Very, charismatic. I think he'd play a great Deadshot, and then he's young enough that, if they ever wanted to bring him back, they can. And then for Scarecrow, the one, the only, the sexy of Jurassic Park, Jeff Goldblum.
Ooh, that is interesting.
Yeah, I think kind of, we see a little bit of it with Fly, and he just plays these roles
That
where
is true, yeah.
he can be a scientist, but then his version of Scarecrow, I think, would just be so different, where, him almost talking to himself in his own insanity.
That could be fun.
And with my favorite franchise that is probably releasing the same week as this episode of Wicked, he does play the wizard, which is a villain role. So
That is true, yeah.
He's got the chops.
Nice.
Travis, everyone is sick of me talking. Could you tell us about our next movie?
Yes, so our next movie, we are introducing the one and only John Constantine. I believe, apart from Zatanna, this is our next big magic user that we are bringing into things.
Yeah.
So, our title, I'm going Constantine, Child of Shadows.
Ooh.
So, our summary for this. After finishing up a case, John Constantine is met by Zatanna, who is accompanied by a young girl whose name is Raven. Zatanna explains that the young girl has no current family and is being hunted, but doesn't know who or why yet. She is unable to attend to the child due to other issues that she has to deal with regarding the Justice League. She assures John that she should be back within the next few days to continue taking care of Raven and hopefully find a better living situation for her. John reluctantly takes on the task to watch young Raven, who seems to be just as much of a loner and just as stubborn as he is. Sometime after Zatanna has left, John becomes curious what Raven's abilities are and goats her into casting a spell, which Zatanna advised her not to do unless a life or death situation. Soon, demons and devils start bursting through John's apartment and attempt to capture Raven. John attempts to hold them back when it's discovered that Raven has more than just magic, but is an incredible source of power in herself, tied to the demon gods, maybe hinting to something bigger? The first wave is defeated by Raven, but more just keep coming, and they have to run for it. While fighting demons, John is able to eventually figure out that Raven is being hunted by Felix Faust, another master magician who wants Raven's powers for himself to try and stop what he hints to what might be coming in the future. In the end, Nightwing shows up and picks up Raven, saying that they're doing it for Zatanna. Zatanna then shows up and asks, "Where's Raven?"
Ooh. I like this. So, Travis, who do we have in this movie?
Yes, so casting our John Constantine, we had a couple of different names that we were going back and forth with.
Yeah.
We decided to settle on Colin Farrell as our John Constantine.
So then he doesn't have to do Daredevil. That's
Yes,
we're just saving
we are
career.
saving his career. Even though he's good enough. He picked up his own career
He
after
has a
that
great
movie.
last decade, at least.
We are keeping Jennifer Connelly as our Zatanna. For those who listened to the previous episode, she was our Zatanna that Squiddy fan casted, and I liked it so much that I definitely decided to keep that casting. And then we just have our Raven and our Felix Faust to cast.
Yeah, which these were pretty tricky. I know for Raven, I really went through okay, who was big, what was going on at that time, and I kept thinking about, let's try to get a teenager, somebody
same.
actually appropriate. Let's try not having a 40-year-old that's pretending to be a
Right.
teenager, at least kind of.
Zup, I'm Raven.
And I thought of Sophia Bush. So she was in the show One Tree Hill, which I think was coming out about 2 years later. It may have started in 2003, but a great actress. She has a little bit of a deeper voice.
Okay.
In fact, was so talkative.
I won't hold it against her.
Yeah, she was so talkative with fans of the show that she ended up being raspy for an entire season.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. But she has such long hair. She plays kind of a tougher character as well in that. So I think that taking on Raven would be great for her. But for Felix Faust, I just love bringing back references. So our wonderful Zod from Superman 2, Terrence Stamp. I think he's so old at this point, seeing him taking on Felix Faust, which Faust, as a sorcerer throughout DC Comics, he's sometimes aged differently. You're giving me a look.
I'll let you continue, and
But-
I'll let you know why I'm giving the look I'm giving.
So, yeah, just a fantastic older actor that I thought him playing Terrence playing Felix would be fantastic, because this also was close to when he did Haunted Mansion, the Eddie Murphy one. Let's save him from that. So, Travis, who's your casting?
Terrence Stamp. For the exact same reasons.
Perfect. Yeah, we were in sync. That was so funny that was unplanned.
I was like, you've got to be kidding me. We unknowingly cast the same. It's just, it's destiny. Terrence Stamp needed to play Felix Faust in this universe.
So who did you cast then as Raven?
Who did I cast as Raven? I went with Alexis Bledel. She's most known for playing Rory in Gilmore Girls.
Oh, okay.
But I saw, trying to look up the casting and everything, I do like her. She is a good actress.
Yeah.
But I saw a picture of her in Sin City, and because she starred in Sin City, and it was just heck yes. That is Raven. That's how I would want to picture Raven looking next to John Constantine.
I haven't actually seen Sin City. Okay. Yep. Now that I've looked up an image of her in Sin City, I definitely see what you're talking about.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I can see that. Okay. Very nice. Okay. So we've gotten more of our magic
Yes.
so far. So our next movie is we're going to head towards The Flash. But we have reached the end of 2001. We have reached the point that 9/11 would have happened. And I think that this would push back some projects. So,
Yeah.
For example, one of the ones that would have probably been coming out around this time, even in my original plan when I was first making notes, was I was going to put Superman here, the second sequel to Superman.
Oh, yeah.
But a sequence that I loved right away in this is from the animated series. There was an introduced character called Livewire for Superman as a villain,
Yes, yeah.
and I wanted her to attack the Daily Planet. Bada bing, bada boom. You can't have.
That it's too. Unfortunately, it's too soon.
It's very too soon. So, not even planning around that. It was okay. Let's edit that out.
Yeah.
And push back Superman because he does face larger global events. It would feel more chaotic. We kind of had talked about that Wonder Woman 2 would have Ares as the main villain, but a god of war when the U.S. is on the brink of war. Just that's a lot. That's things that culturally maybe we wouldn't want right at that time. So
Like we want escapism, not seeing what's currently happening. So we felt it be more sensitive to sideline those projects for that time.
Yeah, so
as they probably would have done.
we'll get to Superman next episode. Wonder Woman, we'll talk about it later. And then our next movie, though, is going to be Flash, the second Flash movie. Fastest Man Alive, I named this one. So this would be coming out in 2002. So Barry would mourn the death of Jay Garrick. We talked about how Jay would have been his hero in the last one. But he and Iris will now be hosting his nephew, Wally West, for the summer. The troubled teen has become too much for his parents. Hopefully his uncle can be a good influence on him. Barry and Iris are wanting kids, but Barry is nervous about the opportunity. While Wally joins Barry at work, Mirror Master and Captain Boomerang heist Central City Bank. The Flash stops the two, but Mirror Master escapes, and Boomerang is arrested by Argus. But Central City PD is struck by lightning. Wally has been injured almost exactly like Barry's accident. Soon, multiple crimes across Central City happen as if the Flash committed them, including damaging Star Labs. Wally wakes up, and he has powers just like Barry. Together they hunt for this criminal, thinking it must be Mirror Master, but they find a villainous speedster, the Reverse Flash. Together, Wally as Kid Flash and Flash stop Reverse Flash, that's a lot of flashes, and Mirror Master. As Central City is safe, Wally decides to stay with Iris and Barry. The final moments in the movie, Barry is called by Dr. Stone to help with his son.
Oh.
So I referenced that Star Labs would be attacked in this.
Yeah.
In another version of the story, I would have had it also explode, but I think that would have been a part of this movie that would have just been edited out, similar to the Spider-Man Twin Towers reference. Just because, again, showing a building blowing up wouldn't probably be great for your box office numbers at this time.
Yeah.
But we get to our casting. So first we need this Wally West character.
Yes.
We need somebody energetic, funny, charismatic, a teen heartthrob of the 90s. I think
Definitely.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas would be fantastic in the role as Wally.
Yeah, like when we were sitting down trying to figure this out, it's like, yes,
Yeah, I think that
he would be a great Wally West.
He would be great. For Reverse Flash, we needed kind of our main villain, our main arch nemesis. And a name that came to mind right away for me was Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
He played the villain in Doom Patrol, the TV series, and it was so good and so dark compared to a lot of his other things, which most people probably just know him as the chicken from
Moana. I mean, he
Moana.
was also the villain. I want to say like Alexander Cray in Big Hero 6. He was
That's
the
right,
villain.
He voiced Cray in that, yep.
He does do a great villain, but he also does fun and quirky.
Yes. So, which I think can be fun and quirky when you're matching a superhero that's supposed to be a little fun and quirky. But then for Captain Boomerang and Mirror Master, those are the two that we need to come up with. So, Travis, who did you cast?
Yeah, so for Captain Boomerang, I wanted to have a little fun with this casting, so I chose Ewan McGregor.
Oh, okay. Okay, I like that. I actually thought about Ewan about another one of our movies. I think
Oh,
we're going to
really?
talk about next episode.
Okay.
But I didn't end up casting him, so I like that.
Okay.
That's fun.
But yeah, so Ewan McGregor as Captain Boomerang, which I think would just be a lot of fun. And then for Mirror Master, I went with Jerry O'Connell.
Oh, okay. I like Jerry O'Connell. Yeah.
Figured like if those two are tag teaming, like
Wow.
doing crimes together, like I want two people that look like they could be buddy together.
Yeah. So for my Captain Boomerang, I was like, okay, who's even Australian
Right.
that was acting at that time?
That isn't Hugh Jackman.
Yep, exactly, because he was everywhere. I went with Heath Ledger
Ooh, okay.
because, one, I don't know that he ever actually did a role where he was Australian. Maybe I'm just not remembering it, but I only think
know.
of him at this time in 10 Things I Hate About You. But Heath Ledger, I think it'd be fun to see him take on Boomerang, and then hopefully Boomerang becomes a bigger villain eventually. And then Mirror Master, I went with an actor that I know we talked about pre-beginning, but I don't think
Yeah.
we've casted him anywhere, is Bruce Campbell.
Ooh, yeah. I don't believe we've casted him anywhere.
Yeah, and I like the idea of almost Heath being a little bit serious, but like still have his crikeys or whatever,
Yeah.
and then Bruce getting to just be like, I can walk through mirrors. Like, everything is a joke to me. But yeah, those were my casting.
I like that.
I think with that, we can go ahead and go to post.
All right, let's go to post.
Good. That's a wrap. Let's go to post.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for enjoying this episode with us. So today we do have a listener question. Travis, this actually comes from your mom.
Aw.
Hi, Mom. She asked, what inspired you guys to start this podcast? If you want to answer first.
Yeah, well, we've been talking about doing a podcast for years. The only thing was we just didn't know what. And so it really wasn't within like the past year that we finally started to figure out the niche of what we would tackle. And then it really made sense in the fact that we were able to start planning out these episodes of like, no, yeah, like this could be easy enough to do, but yet still like a good enough or rewarding work for us to be able to like actually do this.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, we talked about it forever. Within the last year where my job has more recently changed, I've been absorbing a lot more podcasts and listening to them. I was like, okay, I don't want to do another true crime. I don't want to do
Yeah.
this. And another movie podcast, called What Went Wrong. That was actually like the final, I think, inspiration moment of listening to one of their episodes. I was like, oh, movies. Like, we talk about movies.
Like we'll literally be watching a movie and then spend the entire movie how we would recast or rewrite the movie if we think the writing isn't up to par.
Yeah, we don't shut up about movies, so
No.
it was perfect. But yeah, that was our final casting there. And then it kind of helped that with some things in my life where I stopped worrying as much about like perfectionism. You've seen how I've taken up painting more in the last couple of years, just accepting kind of more chaotic. I think those were just final straws of like, oh, this is actually much more doable. Like just jump in rather than keep waiting until you have whatever the perfect script or the perfect whatever.
Yeah, like I think the most daunting thing was figuring out equipment.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Which, for those of you that have been bearing with us, thank you. Sometimes the sound quality is not always there, but we do get it fixed in the end.
Yeah, we're working on it. But Travis, is there anything you want to greenlight this week?
Yes, on the topic of still just the DCU and Batman and everything, I want to greenlight the Lego Batman movie. For those that don't know, in my opinion, it's probably one of the better Batman movies to exist.
Agreed. Yeah, I won't challenge that at all. Yeah, it's great. You get the camp, you get the seriousness, and the deep down about how Batman is about family.
Right? And I don't know, just the Lego medium is just, it's so fun. It's such a fun way to explore it. So yeah, like seriously, guys, if you haven't seen the Lego Batman movie, go see it. If you have seen it, watch it again.
Yeah. Mine is, we've talked a lot about Batman the Animated Series.
Yes.
That has been a huge inspiration and a huge thing for me. So I had 3 episodes that I'm going to suggest. So the first one is called Heart of Ice.
Okay.
That is the origin story for Mr. Freeze
Yes,
and
that's
him losing his wife. It's a very heart-wrenching story. It's really well done. It's a great episode. The next one I want to suggest is a little off the cuff, but I just remember it so well. It's called The Man Who Killed Batman. And it is an incident happens where this average Joe, banker or taxer or something is believed to have killed Batman, and he's so terrified about it. He's freaking out, and the Joker comes after him because someone else got to him. My third one is definitely where the basis for our fifth movie came from, but it's just called Trial. And similar to in episode 1 of this Burton-Verse era I talked about, Almost Got Him, I think Trial is another fantastic episode. Mm-hmm. So that's my Greenlight This for the week. Nice. It's a lot. But do you have a movie pitch of your own? Love these movies or think we could have cast them better? Or if you have a question for us, go ahead and message us. Tag us on Blusky, Instagram, or TikTok at Greenlight This Pod. We may feature it in a future episode.
Yeah, and follow us on Letterbox, where we post movie reviews, and our watch list might hold hints for what's in production. And if you've enjoyed this production, leave us a 5-star review and subscribe so you don't miss the next premiere. Well, costumed compadres, thanks for joining us so far. We just have one more episode of Burton-Verse left. Until next Tuesday, light the bat signal. Greenlight This is self-produced, written and directed by Landon Davis and Travis Medor. Sound department, Travis Medor. Casting, us, and hopefully one day, Catherine O'Hara. Please, we'll get you candy, flowers, whatever. Kevin! Music, Buccaneer by Zenial from freemusicarchive.org. Special thanks, you, our listeners, the real studio heads who greenlight every episode just by pressing play. This has been Greenlight This. Until next time.